that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90. Hot.
Now Jackson on 2nd down. He completes it to Boyd. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
Set. 319. 319.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. He's got this one complete to Perriman. Finding room inside the 40. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. T.J. Watt coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
Lucky 56.
From the gun, Jackson. And an alley to run. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Over. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 2nd down, here's Jackson. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
A give to Bell. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw now on 1st down. And this throw is going to be incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. And now it's second down.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only the DB's going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily, fell it. Now Bell hit. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Gone, gone! Gone, gone! Detroit! Detroit! Hot!
After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. This will be caught inside the 10. And now they are knocking on the door inside Pittsburgh's 10. A gain of 32 that time.
Usually hitting a deep post pattern, as we just saw there for a big gainer, that's tough to do because you usually have a safety or two in the middle of the field. But if you hit enough crossers and underneath routes and curls, you start to get those guys creeping up wanting to make plays on the football. It's the equivalent of a changeup in baseball. You show your other stuff, throw the changeup, and on that play, it worked for big yardage.
From the 2 now, second and goal.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They get it to him running left. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Tevin Coleman with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now out come the Steelers. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Well, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Going up top for Cup. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone, gone! Gone, gone!
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. They'll step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
Even after the penalty, still a full 7 yards to go on 3rd down.
Detroit!
Now back to throw. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop it.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
They begin the drive with Coleman. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
They go play action here on first down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Ryan Shazier in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. We're back to Baltimore after this. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. From the gun, it's Jackson. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They snap it at one. Now it's Jackson. Going up top. Looking for Perriman, and it's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Hurry up, here we go. 3:19. 3:19.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
You know, a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. The give is to Bell. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. They'll look to throw here. Goes underneath for Bell. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Now Chandler Catanzaro for the field goal here. And Catanzaro's kick is right through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still on the tackle. See, and he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Stephon Tuitt in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long.
Lucky 56.
Jackson from the shotgun. That's caught out left by Perriman. All the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Brashad Perriman, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens are able to show off their quick strike ability. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead is now 14-10. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Back to throw here. This is caught by Antonio Brown. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Detroit!
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Now the Steelers hustling up to the line of scrimmage.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. The Steelers on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and a mile. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we're at halftime here in the Inner Harbor with the hometown Ravens on top. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
Right back to him on 1st down. Runs through the contact. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone!
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jackson. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a 1st down there. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
Coleman. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Throw right side to Perriman, and it's caught. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 23 yards on the play.
Leopard! Gone!
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Over!
To throw on 2nd down. Jackson. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. Stephon Tuitt, the former Notre Dame man, able to get him for a loss of about 3. Seventh play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Jackson now. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. As his guys are in for 6, and the Ravens will extend their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. He'll look to throw. And that's complete to Jesse James. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route, it's extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at 2nd down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And now where are they going to mark him here? Well, they say he did get back to the 1-yard line, but that could have easily been 2 points the other way.
Black 99 Philly, here we go. Detroit! Detroit!
They will run again with Coleman. Fighting to get back to the goal line. I don't think he got there. He did not get back there. It's a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. Ooh. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come up to 6.
A lot of points. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Back to throw. Over the middle here to Brown. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. The result, a 1st down as the quick slant gets him 14. Now a 1st down carry by Bell. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They'll look to throw here on first down. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time is run out on this third quarter of play. Back now in Baltimore. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Looking to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now first and 10 at their own 21.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
After the interception, here's Jackson. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. From the 21, it's second and 10.
Now, Barney. Over.
Second and 10. Here's Jackson again. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Stephon Tuitt in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. The Ravens on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19.
Detroit!
To throw is Jackson. From the gun, he'll throw. Dancing to his left. Marcus Golden. He's the one to get him this time. And back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a 4th down. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
And the Steelers set to take the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. He'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Agreed, that's twice now in this 4th quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And this is taken in at the 5. And that one results in 35 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too. To
throw is Jackson. Now he steps away and fights him off. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
A terrible spot for a holding call as he'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Here's Jackson. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds. They make a good bit of that yardage back as they're set up in much better shape now for 2nd and goal. They get it to him running left. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Tevin Coleman with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Ravens turn that interception into a touchdown. Now the offense will stay out there. They're going to line up and try for 2. And he's going to go down right at the line of scrimmage. The defense left him with nowhere to go, and the try for 2 is denied. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track.
And now here is another interception. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Yeah, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8.
Gun!
From the gun, Jackson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Boyd. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Here's Coleman. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Green 39.
On second down, here's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off near the 34. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
They'll set up a throw, escaping the pressure right. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this.
Gone, gone! Gone, gone!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
Let's go! Green 39! Green 39!
He'll get it up the middle. And he'll take this one down inside the 5 to the 3. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal.
Well, sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half. You're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
And not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They come out here in the eye. They'll try and run it in with Bell. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave them with some options here on 4th and inches.
Brandon, it's easy to make decisions from right up here where we are, right in the Chiefs.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Le'Veon Bell, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers capitalize on a short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point good by Catanzaro, as this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that one. They needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
Here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. Pass incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. The Ravens on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Now Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. One possession game, time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat-and-mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense?
Oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
This is Coleman. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
All right, just go ahead and say it with me. That was a
mistake,
yes,
for sure.
Without a doubt, because at some point, put your foot in the ground, get upfield, and get down protecting the ball. Don't go out of bounds, because when you go out of bounds, you're really just helping the defense.
Yeah, not to be too hyperbolic, but it's like giving the D an extra timeout, isn't it?
It certainly is. Gives them a chance to regroup, and it means you have to snap the ball in additional time, which always means the possibility of a mistake.
He'll wind up losing a yard.